You know, I grew up in Syracuse. I spent summers in Michigan with my mom.
You remember us? We were at your 3rd Street Promenade restaurant.
Oh, Dialogue.
Yes, Dialogue. We were there.
That was delicious.
And you said to us, come back anytime because...
But we never did.
But then we closed.
You guys closed.
The good news is...
Now I
This is the guy.
Wait
Well, the
a
good
second,
news is
you
this
went
fall
from
we're
that
reopening
little
it.
place to this.
Yes.
Well, this was always the side project. But then that project was supposed to move to a new location.
It wasn't just that little space, right?
Yeah, it wasn't super ideal.
Not upstairs.
But we made it work.
Yeah, did we go through a waiting room first? If there was that
Yeah, you went straight through a food court.
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah, that was the food court.
So the new version...
That was at Sherman House.
Oh, we went some other place where there was the sitting room.
Yeah, the new version will actually open in November.
Do you need
And
help?
it's going to be called Dialogue?
No,
You don't
it
need
won't
help.
be.
Okay.
And I don't need
What will
to.
it be called?
We don't. We're still working on the name.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Because we have to look out for it.
Yeah, but that'll happen in November. All right, back to the
Oh, so you're
press.
going to press it.
Hence the name.
I know, I was like thinking.
Right? It's weird, right? Like things, crazy French things. This, interestingly enough, is called the duck press. Yeah, it's tricky, right? The French.
My French is can't handle that, yeah.
It's probably better than the no French I speak.
Yeah.
All right, so teacups make everything better. I'll slide this forward so I don't catch anyone on fire.
I appreciate that.
You guys are fine. It's God, could you imagine how awful that would be? We do have to turn the flower arrangement every time though because I'm always afraid of setting that thing on fire. All right, so we're focusing on the sauce. Big part of it, the heart, liver, and lungs were still in the bird. That's where a lot of the flavor for the sauce comes from. You'll notice a couple different colors come through. Those colors, basically everything that's lighter in color that you see is coming from the heart, liver, and lungs. Anything that's kind of thinner is coming from any residual meat that was on the body. Everything that's more white is fat. So that's any fat left on it as well.
I think this is coming to our table, so don't get any ideas.
Well, the good news is everyone who orders one gets one.
Oh, sorry about that.
We do.
Everyone gets one.
We do most of them back, and then we do a couple a night up here for everyone to get a chance to see. Yeah. So the meats, yeah, you guys missed the meat went back. So they finished cooking it back there.
Okay.
This is just the bottom. Yeah.
Now
So the heart,
it's-
liver, lungs, and the carcass are in here. In the pan for the foundation of it, we toasted black pepper. After that, cognac. We'll finish it with red wine, which is right here. So the idea is really to kind of, I guess, build the framework for the sauce. You know, everything that's coming out of this tastes awesome, but it's very one-dimensional, and it's very intense. And so, ideally, what we're aiming to do is just balance the sauce. So we have the cognac, the red wine. For red wine, for this, everyone always asks, the red wine that we use, whatever we have on our glass pour list, whatever we don't sell tonight will become tomorrow's wine. And then we'll open new bottles for tomorrow's glass pour. Those bottles become the duck press wine for the next day.
Such a good use.
So,
Please don't get us kicked out before we have it up.
and that's kind of the magic of this course. It's really one of those courses that, despite its age, there's nothing. You know, a lot of old courses fall to the wayside because they have questionable practices or they don't. You know, it's just not what you want to do anymore. This course, the magic to it really is not. There's no waste. You know, every duck ends up being a one-to-one. So from one whole duck, you get both breasts, both legs. Each body makes enough pressing for one round of sauce. When the body's done in here, we make stock in the back. That becomes this jus. And even the extra skin on it becomes the crumble for the salad. The legs are cooked separately. All the cooking liquid for the legs becomes a vinaigrette for the salad as well. So there's truly no waste. Like if we screw up one round of duck breasts, then all of the, well, basically we lose the whole duck. So we really can't waste
No
it.
pressure.
So we're about there.
She had our dog for the longest time. Our dog. Not me.
course, you know, once we finish the sauce, it's kind of like scrambled eggs in the sense that it has a very finite time limit, right? Like, you make perfect scrambled eggs, but they will inevitably overcook. The same is true with this sauce. We don't stabilize it with anything. We don't add anything other than what you see to it. And so what happens is because of the residual heat, eventually it will break. We chose to leave it that way because traditionally that's how it would be served anyway. And also, you know, there's not a lot of times that you get a course where you really get to experience it start to finish, the whole life of it. And so we thought, let's give you the opportunity to see how it changes in front of you. So for those of you who have already had it, you probably noticed that it started thin. By the time you're done, it kind of curdled a little bit. That's just what happens, right? And just like that scrambled egg effect, it's just the proteins coagulating. So this comes up to a boil. And then from this part, I'm going to slide you guys over just a little bit for a second, thanks. So for this part, it's really just about maintaining the heat.
Yeah.
Everything goes in. And then from this point, we let the residual heat kind of finish cooking that. And that's where it'll hang out. The only thing we do in the kitchen, we'll taste it. We want to make sure they're all right. Obviously, every duck is a little bit different. If we have to, the only edits we usually make are sometimes they need a little bit of fat. Some ducks are fattier than others. So we have caramelized duck fat and we also have butter. And so we just tweak the sauce a little bit. We don't ever have to add sauce because the ducks are brined for 24 hours. So all that salt from the bird goes into it, seasons it. So literally, the next one up, we'll get this sauce and we'll just make sure it has enough fat in it.
Where are these ducks from?
Upstate New York, one of 5 different farms. Yeah, so they're all coming out of like Hudson Valley. So we used to use one farm. One farm gives about 20 ducks, 20 or so ducks a week. We do it about 100 a week now. So rather than making the farms increase production, we found more farms of like-minded practices. So that's it. Thanks everyone.